I'll give you an example of when I was in Springfield, actually. I was in Springfield the year after a student made a choice to bring a handgun to school, shoot up the hallway, and then commit suicide in the hallway. I was there the year after as assistant principal. And when you talk about students that have to endure a traumatic event, something as simple as a textbook falling off a desk would send kids into a nervous wreck. Like, we would have to do an intervention because the kid was crying because they were actually in the hallway that day when that student pulled out that gun and shot, and they could hear that the smack, smack, smack. And so if a textbook fell off the desk, we would have to go in and actually talk and consult that student, console that student so that way they would feel better. No, it was just a singular event. It wasn't the same thing, but they relived it, or as simple as a fire drill. And then so you transition into South Philadelphia High School the year after, you had the racial attacks of the African American students with Asian immigrant students. And so you had to deal with students who had to endure that, let alone students that come from, whether it be from South Philadelphia High School or students that are from refugee camps or war-torn areas. So I deal with a range of students that most people don't get to enjoy on a regular basis. And I say that because I enjoy the work that I do. And it is a team effort, and it is a heavy lift. So my approach has always been approach a child with patience. So, like the point that you just made in terms of it's not what's wrong with you, like, what have you been through? I ask students all the time, like, all right, what did they say you did? What have you gone through? And I said, now, if I ask you a question and I feel like I'm going too far, you can tell me to back off. So that's too personal. I'm like, okay. But when I'm dealing with a student on a daily basis, I have to figure out what makes that student tick.